Hi everyone, my name is Brian Piano. This is my Management 301 presentation, and the question that I have been asked to talk about is, should hydrofracking be permitted? So, my name is Brian Piano. I was born and raised on Oahu. I live in Waipahu, always have. I'm a business administration major, and I am expected to graduate in spring 2022 with my bachelor's degree. Some learning outcomes I want you guys to follow along with are as shown. First one is show some ethical debate on hydrofracking. I want you guys to think to yourselves, do you think it is a good thing or it is not? Next is I want you to have an understanding of what it is. I also want to help you guys understand the consequences that come with the process of doing it. Some examples of what fracking has done will be shown later on, so just keep that all in mind. So hydrofracking, it's a lesser known extraction industry. It is a process that is used to force natural gas and petroleum from areas underground where it is trapped. The way that this works is that there's a rod that goes straight down 2,500 to 3,000 meters into the ground. Once it gets there, there's a thing that they call a kickoff point, which is the curve in the picture that you see right here. The curve goes down, and once they get to that 2,500-meter point, they do a thing called horizontal drilling, which makes it go right. And it goes about to, I think it was 1.5 kilometers. Once it goes to that 1.5 kilometers, they take that original pole out. Then they drop down another pole with perforated edges on it, and then it shoots them into the ground to create those cracks. It's about an inch deep usually. So once they have the cracks and they have enough cracks that they think is good, they bring that up. Next is the solution that they put into the ground. The solution is made of a whole bunch of different stuff like it's 90% water and 10% chemicals basically. So they pump that into the ground, and they also have sand and clay in the water. Sand and clay in the water helps the cracks stay open and makes it a little bit easier so that they can get all those gases out with the water. They pump the water so fast that it makes the cracks expand bigger, and then they collect the gas by sucking up the water that has all the gas in it. But that can cause harm to communities. The kind of harms that it causes in the process is that there might be loss of water. It could contaminate the water with all the chemicals and everything inside of the fracking water. And there is a possibility of increased danger of earthquakes just because they're messing with the ground. Okay, so this picture right here, how does it work? I basically explained it already. It uses high pressure water and materials, including chemicals and sand, to break up open cracks in the rock deep underground. This is combined with a method called horizontal drilling to extract natural gas. So the picture just shows a little diagram of what the rod actually has to go through in order to get to the gas, and then what they do to suck it all up, and how much water pressure they need in order to even go down that far. So this is where we start to get to my side of the argument. What is the problem? It has been observed that fracking can lead to some harmful situations, like it says in the book. There was an alert released in 2012 by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, based on collected data, which showed workers could be exposed to dust that contains high level of silica dioxide and other toxins, including radiation materials, during the hydrofracking process. I don't know about you, but I really don't want to be exposed to any radiation materials. But additionally, the Department of Energy has released information that indicates that there could be as many as 65 chemicals used in the fracking process. Some of them which can be carcinogenic. In other words, it can be cancerous to people that actually breathe them in large amounts. So the ethical framework that I think best describes this topic is utilitarianism. The consequences are that it's harmful to the environment. There have been protests where people that live in the town or the city that's happening to, they've chained themselves to drilling equipment, and there might be too many chemicals that are being used. Just like I said in the last slide, they can be carcinogenic. It's 65 possible and not 65 in there, because the liquid that they have inside of there, the recipe isn't known to anybody except the people that make the liquid. It's a trade secret. Some positives is that the business is very profitable, especially with all the gas prices and everything going up right now. This will make it so that they can have more, and the gas companies will want to buy their products more. It's expected by 2024 that they're going to have around $24 billion. That's on the low end. Another thing is that it's cleaner energy. There's less carbon inside of this gas that they get because it's all natural. And when they use these machines, there's less or lower carbon emissions inside. So should hydrofracking be permitted? I say no. Hydrofracking should not be permitted. The no article in the book is called Hydrofracking Poses Serious Risks to Human Health by Ben Goldfarb. I hope I said his name right. The article that I'm going to give you guys is called The Truth About Fracking and the Environment by the Wilderness Society. It's actually a pretty good read once you think about what can go wrong with this type of process. Human health, one of the most important things to us. In the article, it says that there was identified compounds that were 78 times higher than safe standards found in nearby pit wells. You might be wondering how it got to be 78 times higher. It's because of the fracking water that they use, just like I said in my past slides. They have to use a chemical compound water with a whole bunch of different chemicals that nobody knows what it's made out of. And if they're not careful, it can infect or go into underground water reservoirs that people use to get water. Some reasons to stop fracking is, just like I said, the contamination of water, earthquakes, and basically the danger to human health. Yes, it might be better for us to do this way of getting gas. It might be safer and less cost effective and less carbon emissions, but at what cost do we got to pay to do that type of stuff? So different possibilities. In the book, it says, from a preventative medicine and family health perspective in New York, the conclusion is that it is not possible to balance potential economic benefits with the risks to health and the environment until the health impact assessment is completed. That statement right there, the conclusion is that it is not possible to balance potential economic benefits. That just tells me everything already I need to know. If you have no balance between economic benefits and real world benefits, then it really just is a no-brainer. I think you should stop. Of course, there are benefits to doing it, just like everything. They have increased jobs, sales of gas, and other things like sailing machinery and chemicals that they got to do. But for the most part, I really do think that we should not do this. So in all, should hydrofracking be permitted? My answer is still no. There are too much risks in the process of doing the hydrofracking. It's too harmful to the environment in the long run. And did I mention the earthquakes, guys? It's just too many different things that can go wrong in the process. And okay, yeah, it might help the environment in small little increments, but at the same time, we're also harming our current environment if they do something wrong. But in the long run, hydrofracking may not stop, it may stop, I'm not too sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys. Give me fours, yeah. Thanks.